You don't want a woman working on your car? Fine, but you're going to be waiting a long time. Many years ago I worked at a car dealership. The attached service garage was small and I was the only licensed mechanic. I would occasionally have issues with male customers. They would second guess my diagnoses. Watch me while I worked on their cars from the bay door, double check my work in the parking lot, etc. I didn't deal with customers directly and would often get my apprentice to pull cars in and out of the shop for me. This morning in particular we were busy. The lot jockey and apprentice were occupied helping wash cars for delivery and driving to a customer's house. The service advisor left a work order and keys at the parts counter. And I went out the front through service to get the car. It was in for a service campaign, which was an update done with a scan tool. It takes about 10 minutes. The customer was planning on waiting and was sitting in service. When he saw me with his keys in my hand, he immediately stood up alarmed. I was hustling, so I walked right by him and out the door. I missed the following conversation according to the service advisor, also female customer: "Who is that chick? Is she going to be working on my car? I don't want her working on my car." Advisor: "The other tech is out at the moment, so it's going to be quite a wait until someone else can look at your car." "See, that's fine, I'll wait for a guy. I don't want that chick touching my car." A politely: "Understood." The advisor comes to let me know and I pull the car out and put the work order and keys back on the counter, nonplussed. Half an hour passes, the apprentice is still away. And I am happily working on something else, bringing other cars in and out. The customer is now watching each and every person who comes through the door. The high school co-op student comes in to get something signed. The customer's keys are still sitting on the desk. It's been about an hour now. See, hey, why hasn't my car gone in yet? Can't you get this guy to do it? No, sorry. He's just a co-op student, so he is not allowed to drive the cars due to liability and insurance concerns. See, just get someone else to bring the car in and he can do the work. This was supposed to take 10 minutes. Sorry sir, he's just a high school student doing his co-op. He's not approved to perform warranty work. Only licensed techs and apprentices can do the recall. The car jockey returns. The advisor hands the car jockey a different set of keys and he brings yet another car into the shop for me. The customer is becoming incensed. "See, I've been sitting here for over an hour and I've watched 5 cars go in before mine. My appointment was for 8 am. This is getting ridiculous, blah blah blah." At this point he says that he literally doesn't care who does the recall, but that it has to be a guy. The service advisor starts listing off the names of the men who work in the dealership. Then saying why they can't perform the recall. Well, there's Harmon, but he's just the car jockey. He doesn't know how to work on cars. Then there's Jeet, but he's about 17. I wouldn't want him doing the recall. Personally, I guess we could ask Mike, but Mike is the parts guy. He doesn't know how to use the scan tool. The detailers are men, but they know nothing about cars. The customer is fuming at this point and demands to talk to the service manager. The manager comes out of his office and guides the customer into the garage. He's pretty old school, lights up a cigarette standing at the end of my bay, and points at me. "That's my best technician. Those guys take orders from her. You can either wait for her to finish what she's working on and then you can ask if she's still willing to do your work. Or you can take your car somewhere else." The guy was pretty shook up at this point and he took his car and left 2 hours after he'd first arrived. I don't think we ever saw him again. Which was not much of a loss, all things considered. That manager in particular always stuck up for me and took my side. The service advisor has this very deadpan sense of humor. She knew full well it would easily be an hour before the apprentice would return from his errand, and that no one else could do the recall. This was not the first sexist we had encountered. Thanks for reading. Edit. Hi again. Wow, thank you for the comments of support and shared experiences. And for the updates and awards. That manager was called out of retirement to run the department more efficiently and hire new people. He was a 60-something Indian man, super soft-spoken most of the time. We did have trouble finding good techs around that time. I was there for 4.5 years. Also, this was in 2012 or so things have changed a bit since then, I think. He did regularly smoke in the shop, as did the sales guys and detailers, mainly in the winter. Thanks again. He can't fix his car. How the hell can he determine who can? Don't pay an expert and try and second guess them. Same here. Even my dad doesn't want me touching his car. I'll still tell him my opinion on XYZ problem, but he prefers to pay $80/h to have the same diagnosis given by a Shizak garage that double seals on oil changes. Forgot to put oil back in the car and didn't tighten the nuts on his wheels once the car was on the ground. He still doesn't like my advice. He can go fudge himself. In all of my 65 years on this earth I have never understood this kind of stupidity. This whole crap idea that any job is gender related has held the world back for centuries. I don't care who works on something as long as they fix it. Their gender, race, religion, color are all unimportant for getting the job done. I am so tired of stupid bigoted people. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. It's free. Check out some other videos I've made.